Hi, I'm Brendan O'Connell. I'm a staff nurse on Carlton Coleby.
Hello Brendan,
Hello.
Thank you ever so much for coming to talk to us today.
That's not a problem.
What we'd like to know about is your career pathway story, so we wondered if you might like to tell us about it, please.
Yeah, sure thing. So I ended up starting off as a mature student. So originally I didn't actually start off towards nursing. I used to train dogs for a living, actually. Yeah, quite a career change. So I ended up due to circumstances, I ended up sort of that I own my own business, and then eventually I had to move away from it. So I originally looked towards the armed forces because I've always fancied something medical. So I went to the armed forces, and at the time they had their cuts as well. So they said come back in a few years, and I thought, well, I might as well train up while I do that. So and then after that I lost my fitness. So I then moved towards nursing. That's when I started studying towards nursing, and it was probably about towards the end of the second year, third year that I knew I was like respiratory sort of thing, and that's one of the reasons why I chose this ward, was because it was a respiratory ward. So it was quite a way to get here, but
Did you train at the University of Lincoln?
I did, yes.
Yeah. How long ago did you train?
Oh, about a year ago.
Okay.
A year ago.
Yeah.
So
how have you found your post-registration sort of year been? How has it been for you?
I think it's basically best way to describe it is probably finding your feet. I think it's when you first get into there, it's quite nerve-wracking, quite a lot going on here, especially respiratory wise, but after a year now, I feel a lot more steadier on my feet. I know what I'm doing and things like that. I think it's just that big sort of jump from non-registration to registration.
Have you developed some of your skills and competences in relation to any sort of training and education or anything?
In terms of respiratory, yes. In respiratory, I've had a lot of time with airvors. I've had a lot of time with NIVs. So in the respiratory side, I've learned quite a bit actually in terms of competencies. It's really enhanced myself.
In terms of going forward, have you got any sort of career development plans?
At the moment, I'm keeping my options open. I think at the end of the pathway, what I'd love to do is either end up in sort of clinical education, or end up in a specialist respiratory role. So to get into there, it's just a case of possibly maybe go to band 6, maybe spend a bit of time as on that role, just so I learn the management side of it. And after that, it's just seeing what options there are to take me to that end goal.
Do you think as a trust, in terms of ULHT, you'll be given the support in terms of how to navigate to do those things?
I think, I believe, especially on this ward here, I feel like this ward's very supportive. I think the only other thing is how, it tends to be how busy it is. So I think sometimes I struggle to get time away from the wards and things like that to go and pursue more about the competencies. But otherwise, the team here is very supportive. And I said they're brilliant to me.
Thank you so much.
No, that's not a problem.
Just finally, in terms of if you're recently qualified yourself, although as you said you're a mature student, if you were to speak to others who's embarking on their career pathway, what sort of advice might you give them?
I suppose it's the common phrase: keep calm and carry on. I mean, you're great. It's not the easiest career, but it's certainly feel like it's one of the most rewarding. I couldn't picture myself doing anything else anymore now. So I really do love it. But yeah, I said it gets gritty, but you just have to head along and keep going forward, sort of thing with it.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.